You are holding a rock that will end wars, that will drown empires, that will make a man kill his own brother. It's just a rock. But 7,000 years later, we're still obsessed with it. Most people assume gold was discovered by miners digging deep underground. That's not quite right. The truth starts somewhere much stranger, and by the end of this, you'll never look at a wedding ring the same way again. Stay till the end. The last part will change how you think about greed itself. Let's go back. Way back. Before writing, before cities, before the wheel. Somewhere along a riverbank in Eastern Europe, a human bends down. They see something strange in the water. A glint. A shine that doesn't fade, doesn't rust, doesn't rot. Everything else in their world decays. Wood rots. Bone crumbles. Even bronze turns green and dies. But this stays perfect forever. That's the first secret of gold. It doesn't react with almost anything on Earth. No oxygen can touch it. No acid can eat it. It comes out of the ground exactly as beautiful as the day the planet made it. Imagine you're that person. You reach into the river, you pull out a pebble heavier than it looks. It bends under your fingers instead of breaking. To a Stone Age brain, that's not a rock. That's magic. So what did they do with it? They buried their dead in it. At a place called Varna, in modern-day Bulgaria, archaeologists found a grave. Inside it, a skeleton draped in gold. Thousands of pieces, a golden scepter, gold rings on every finger. This burial dates back to around 4,600 BC. That's older than the pyramids, older than Stonehenge, older than the wheel itself. Whoever this person was, their tribe decided gold was worth more than a lifetime of work. They decided it was worth burying forever, underground, doing nothing. But here's what's fascinating. Gold has almost no practical use back then. You can't eat it. You can't build a house with it. It's too soft to make a decent weapon. So why did it become the most valuable object on Earth? Because it never lies, and it never dies. Every other form of wealth in the ancient world could vanish. Grain rotted. Animals got sick and died. Even copper and bronze corroded over centuries. But gold pulled straight from a riverbed thousands of years ago still shines today in a museum case, untouched by time. Ancient humans didn't need a chemistry degree to understand that. They just needed their eyes, and their eyes told them, this is different. This is eternal. So what happened next? People stopped waiting for the river to hand it to them. Around 3000 BC, in the land the Egyptians called Nubia, something changed. Nubia's name itself likely comes from an old word for gold. This region, south of Egypt along the Nile, held some of the richest gold deposits in the ancient world. Egyptian pharaohs sent expeditions south, again and again, chasing it. Nubia became so associated with gold that ancient Egyptians called it, quite literally, the land of gold. Now picture the mines themselves, not shafts with elevators, just tunnels, barely wider than a human body, cut into solid rock by hand. Workers crawled inside, carrying nothing but stone tools and clay lamps. The heat down there could kill a man in hours. Historical accounts describe prisoners and slaves sent into these tunnels, some never coming back out. All this suffering, for a metal you cannot eat. But that's only half the story, because gold didn't just become valuable, it became power itself. By the time of the Egyptian New Kingdom, gold wasn't just jewelry, it was currency for entire empires. Pharaohs used it to buy alliances, to pay armies, to bribe rival kings into peace. One Egyptian ruler reportedly told a foreign king that in his land gold was as common as dust. Whether or not that was exactly true, the message was clear. Whoever controls gold controls everything else, and it might be the strangest part of all. Gold changed how ancient people thought about death. The Egyptians believed gold was the actual flesh of their gods, not a symbol of the gods, not a gift from them, their literal skin. That's why King Tutankhamun's death mask isn't painted gold, it's solid gold, over 10 kilograms of it, molded to look like a god's face. They didn't wrap their pharaoh in gold to show off. They wrapped him in it because they believed it would make him immortal, the same way the metal itself seemed immortal. So what killed that belief? Nothing did. It just spread. Every civilization that touched gold developed the same obsession, almost like a virus jumping from culture to culture. The Mesopotamians used it in temples. The Indus Valley traders shipped it across oceans. Ancient China buried emperors in it. Different languages, different gods, different centuries. Same conclusion over and over. This metal means something. This metal is worth killing for. And people did kill for it for thousands of years. Compare that to your life today. You probably don't think twice walking past a jewelry store window, but somewhere in your house right now, there's likely a small piece of gold, a ring, a necklace clasp, a filling in your tooth even, and without realizing it, you're carrying around a piece of the exact same obsession that drove ancient kings to war. The instinct hasn't changed in 7,000 years, only the packaging has. But then science caught up with what history had already been screaming. Modern geologists figured out something the ancient world never could have known. Gold on Earth doesn't actually come from Earth. Most of it was delivered here from space. Billions of years ago, in the chaos after our planet formed, massive collisions between neutron stars forged heavy elements, including gold, and scattered them across the galaxy. Some of that debris eventually rained down onto our young planet, buried deep in asteroid impacts. Every gold ring, every gold coin, every gold tooth on Earth is quite literally stardust, older than the planet you're standing on. Imagine explaining that to the person kneeling at that riverbank 7,000 years ago. They didn't know they were holding a piece of a dead star. They just knew it made them feel something no other object on Earth could. So why does that feeling still exist in us today, in a world with computers and currency apps and digital banking? Because gold got there first, before money, before writing, before governments. Gold was already whispering the same lie into human ears. Hold on to me and you'll never lose. It was the first thing humans agreed across every continent independently was worth more than survival itself. Think about that. Different tribes, different oceans between them, no internet, no shared language, and somehow every single one of them landed on the exact same conclusion about a yellow rock. That's not a coincidence. That's something wired into us. Maybe it's the shine. Maybe it's the fact that it never rots in a world where everything we love eventually does. Maybe, somewhere deep down, gold represents the one thing every human has ever secretly wanted, something permanent, something death can't touch. We built pyramids for it. We sailed oceans for it. We sent men crawling into tunnels that killed them for it. And we still do, in different forms, every single day. So the next time you see a gold ring on someone's finger or a gold necklace catching the light, remember what you're actually looking at. Not just jewelry, not just money. You're looking at the same instinct that drove a person to kneel at a riverbank 7,000 years ago and decide a piece of the universe was worth more than anything else on Earth. We didn't discover gold. Gold discovered something inside us, and we've been chasing it ever since.